Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday morning, just after 8 a.m. and I'm just taking a seat at my desk for the day. I have a meeting with our wedding planner at 10 a.m. It was initially scheduled for Thursday, but we had to reschedule. So that is the only meeting on the docket for today. I have been pushing really hard to complete this phase of a qualitative data task for work, and I'm going to continue to kind of push that out this morning, see what I can achieve over the next hour or so, and then I'll have breakfast around 9 and hop onto the meeting around 10. Probably give myself a little bit of time just to loosely prepare for the meeting with the wedding planner, but it has been quite a week for us. I'm about to get started, check my email, and launch into my first task for the day. But before I do, let's pop open our devotional and read something. I know this might upset some people, but what I've been doing is rather than going in order, I just flip it open to a random day and see kind of what is brought to me. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. And then the devotional reads, we don't control the seasons, they happen to us. Winter, spring, summer, and fall come to us whether we like it or not. Their rhythms teach us about our spiritual lives and the ways of God. Consider the following description of the paradox of death and rebirth in nature and in our lives. Autumn is a season of great beauty, but it is also a season of decline. The days grow shorter, the light is suffused, and summer's abundance decays toward winter's death. In my own experience of autumn, I am rarely aware that seeds are being planted, but as I explore autumn's paradox of dying and seeding, I feel the power of metaphor. In the autumnal events of my own experience, I am easily fixated on surface appearances, on the decline of meaning, the decay of relationships, the death of a work. And yet, if I look more deeply, I may see the myriad possibilities being planted to bear fruit in some season yet to come. In retrospect, I can see in my own life what I could not see at the time, how the job I lost helped me find work I needed to do, how the road closed sign turned me toward terrain I needed to travel, how losses that felt irredeemable forced me to discern meanings I needed to know. On the surface, it seemed that life was lessening, but silently and lavishly, the seeds of new life were always being sown. That's from Parker Palmer. The question to consider today, what road closed sign is before you today that may be God's way of redirecting you to something new? And the prayer, Lord, grant me wisdom and prudence to see the larger picture, to wait, and to discern the seasons in my life with you. Forgive me for fighting the deaths you send into my life in order to plant something new. In Jesus' name, amen.
Heading to a do-si-do. Hands on a heart. You're going to send her under. Excellent.
We are headed out on an impromptu date night. It's really hard to keep my hands steady. I've been basically in pajamas all day, so I just really quickly threw myself together. We're gonna try this ramen place that recently opened. We've been watching it develop for I feel like over a year. It's been quite a while. It's finally open, so we're gonna go give that a try, see how it is.
The important stuff.
I should have waited. It's okay.
We weren't able to get ramen. But...
No, we waited for, I don't know, 30 minutes,
Yeah.
20 minutes. It was way too long. So we went to a little Italian restaurant, had some trout and risotto.
Kind of like an old stomping grounds we used to go to a lot.
Yeah, nice and tasty.
Good.
Happy Saturday. We are getting ready to head out to our ballroom dance class, but I have a quick minute and I've been wanting to film an updated skincare product routine for quite some time now. I have a bunch of empties and like a little haul where I've replaced everything. I've been using these products for a long time now, so I'm ready to finally share with you. Starting with first thing, straight out of the shower, this is the Bioderma At-to-Derm Soothing Lipid Replenishing Cleansing Oil Anti-Irritation. You can use this anywhere, body, face, or hands. I saw Laura recommend this. She's a dermatologist. I will link her page down in the description. Absolutely love her. She's a beautiful family, and she is a dermatologist in San Diego, and she recommended this, said she uses it on her daughters as well, and so I picked it up. You may or may not know if you've been here for a minute, but I do have a rare genetic disorder called Birt-Hogg-Dubé that does cause benign skin tumors to develop along my face, neck, upper region. Back in kind of the spring and summer, I was dealing with major irritation from them. They became really inflamed and irritated. I knew I needed to kind of reevaluate what my skincare routine was. Picked this up and have absolutely loved it. So this is the only face wash that I use on my skin. And then because we are moving soon, I just picked it back up in this smaller bottle. So they do have smaller sizes if you just want to try it out. Another thing from Bioderma that I use is the micellar water Sensibio H2O. Again, I got a smaller size, but they also have this larger one, and I think they might even come even bigger than this. I just pour some of this onto a cotton round, and that's how I remove my makeup at the end of the day before getting into the shower. It's also great if you just want to kind of refresh your skin in the morning without actually washing it. That's a great thing too, and you can just apply makeup directly over that. Okay, so, you talking to me? Okay. Okay, so we've got makeup remover and face wash, only two things that I use. Next, let's say it is daytime, I get out of the shower. In the morning, I go in first with my Bliss Clear Genius. This is the clarifying toner and serum. I've been using this for many, many years. I think that they may have discontinued it. I recently bought a backup off of Amazon. I'll see if it's still available. I wanted to at least have a backup to get me through the wedding because I don't want to change my skincare at all prior to the wedding. I've absolutely loved this stuff. It's a drugstore product. I've not been able to find something that is comparable to it. It's like, let me show you what it's like. So you open it up and then you pump this, and it's kind of like a gel consistency, and I just put it all over my face and décolleté. Never have had any irritation. Like I said, I've been using it for many years. After that, I go in with Naturum products. First is the quadruple hyaluronic acid serum, 5%. Have used this for many years as well. Just helps to keep the skin moisturized in my opinion. And then the vitamin C complex serum. I had used this in the past as well, but recently picked it back up and reintegrated it into my routine. Again, just leading up to the wedding. I do think that it just helps. They work well together. Sometimes I'll just do one or the other. Sometimes I'll do both. It just depends on the day. It looks like there's also some hyaluronic and vitamin C in this one as well. And then the last thing that I will do is the Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty. Again, I've used this for years. Sam uses it too. And on Amazon, they have this little set that you can pick up. So I just re-upped on it. It comes with the same tub of it and then also like a little travel size, which is nice. You also a lot of times can find this at like Ross if you're on the West Coast, or Marshall's, TJ Maxx for discounted price. Okay. So that is the daytime routine. At night, what I do differently, remove the makeup, wash, same as I discussed earlier, and then when I get out of the shower, I will go in with these two. I have been using these since October, and they are from Naked and Thriving. I think that they got me on Pinterest. I think an ad came up in my Pinterest and I went for it. So this is the Naked and Thriving Renew Face Serum, and then this is the Rejuvenate Face Oil. Like I said, these have lasted me since October, and I have a new one in the mail on the way. No skin irritation at all. Really helps to kind of exfoliate, refresh the skin, but it's very gentle, a lot of natural ingredients, so you can go in with it sort of. I do it every day usually. It does say to kind of work your way up to it, but I have noticed no issues at all. Like I said, it's a very, very gentle exfoliant, and I think just helps keep the skin fresh. The face oil, I will use not even a full dropper. I just apply some to my finger, and then I kind of just press it in to the regions that I want to rejuvenate, if you will. So kind of here in the middle of the forehead and then throughout my eyes. Sometimes I'll also go around my lips as well, but I do keep it away from kind of my chin or places where I know I can have hormonal breakouts sometimes. I've absolutely loved these. I do think that they are worth it. And then the last thing that I'll do sometimes is just go back in with that First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. Again, just for some extra added hydration. So that is my skincare routine. Like I said, I've been doing that routine for quite a while now, and I do think it's working for me. I have no plans to change. Obviously, it's difficult to stay hydrated here in New England in the winter, but that has gotten me through, and overall, I am happy with how my skin looks. So, wanted to share that with you. We are going to head out now. We're going to go pick up our wedding bands. We had to get them resized and head to our dance classes. And then Sam's parents are actually looking at a home for us today in San Diego that we found. Been in communication with the realtor, so they're going to tour it for us and video call us in, and it should be fun.
Kiss. You're gonna go and spin her around once, twice. Go to the other side of her, and now spin her. Yes. And go into the box step frame. Ready? 1, 2.
Happy Sunday. We have been out and about all day running errands. We just got back from grocery shopping. I had some leftover Dunkin' black tea that I just poured over ice. Really warm here today, which is exciting. And we're expecting a lot of rain this week. But let's do a little grocery haul. For breakfast, we got some Applewood smoked sausage, some cookies, some grated parm, and butter. Those are like our random Whole Foods bits. Lettuce, we're doing tuna salads for lunches this week. Carrots for the goulash I'm making as one of the dinners for 2 nights. Some cucumber for the salads, and squash for dinner tonight. We have some leftover risotto from going out to dinner the other night, and we're gonna do that with like a pork chop. Some milk. Ground turkey. The other meal I'm making this week is Italian wedding soup. Chuck roast for the goulash, and then a mix of like kale, spinach, and chard for the Italian wedding soup. Thanks. We're gonna try these. We like their regular chips. We're gonna try the jalapeno agave. I guess you tried these at work or something?
Yeah, some of the ramen at work.
They were good?
Yeah.
English muffins. I'm gonna put some bell peppers in with the goulash. Hopefully that's good.
Sure.
Some muesli. We switched over to this brand to mix things up a little bit. This week we're doing the apple cranberry version. I'm sure you'll like that. It smells really good actually. I can smell it.
Okay.
Yeah. Some whites.
That's just me.
Tuna for the lunches. We split like 1 can
Yeah.
for lunch.
With some salad.
Yeah. And then just some Aloha protein bars to have on hand. Best flavors are the ones with the chocolate coating. So the chocolate caramel pecan and the butter or peanut butter cup. Whole tomatoes for the goulash and chickpeas for the tuna salads. I feel like this is an essential component to kind of making it filling enough. And a lime, that's it. Voila. All right, you wanna go have a button for me? It is almost 1 p.m. and I'm just now getting ready for the day. I've been working just from the couch this morning. I was invited to give a webinar presentation next month. I just booked it yesterday and I'm starting to develop my presentation for that. I have a meeting with a brand in an hour, and I have yet to even get ready at all this week. I've honestly had a difficult week, And I just haven't really taken much time for myself. So I need to redo my nails. I want to put on a little makeup. I let my hair air dry last night and it's pretty frizzy. So I'm just going to take a little bit of time for myself here over the next hour, put on some makeup, and hopefully feel a bit better really quickly. A while back, I shared how I had accidentally ordered the calendula gel instead of the ointment, and I had recommended the gel to you all, and I was like, shoot, it's the wrong thing. I've been meaning to mention this for quite some time now. I use the gel on my skin almost as like a primer. You can obviously use it without putting any makeup over it as well, but I find that if I put it on the skin and let it dry down just for a minute, it becomes sort of tacky, almost like a tacky or grippy primer. And it works well under makeup while also just helping to like moisturize and soothe the skin. So I've been wanting to mention that to you for a while. I'm currently giving myself a makeover here. It's been a difficult week, kind of like almost a difficult 2 weeks to be quite honest. And I need to take some time here for a little bit of self-care. I think for those of us who maybe are like high achievers, and we tend to kind of like push through even when maybe we're struggling, it can be really difficult to sort of like have grace with ourselves when we are struggling and when maybe we aren't performing at the level that we have previously or whatever it may be. For me, finding that grace within myself, for myself, can be really, really challenging. The lighting here is quite strange today. These eyebrows are worse than I thought as well. This is gonna need to be taken care of sooner rather than later, isn't it? Let's put on some more mascara. Let that sit for a minute. I've kind of been dealing with like feelings of rejection lately, and it has been challenging and it's been very humbling, and I've worked through like frustration over it and, you know, all of the things. But one thing that I've had to kind of come back to and reflect on is that I do really value humility, and as someone who values humility, I can't be, I don't know, I can't be resistant to it when it flows into my life, right? When it comes here, when I'm faced with the challenge of growing more humble, I can't be frustrated by that. So that's something that I have been working on recently. And ultimately, like, the wisdom within me knows it's a positive thing, but it can still be really challenging. So if you are dealing with rejection and finding it challenging, you reflect on whether or not it is there to bring you back to yourself in a way, because that's one thing that I've been holding on to that has helped me. Another thing that helps with working through feelings of rejection is trying to remind ourselves that, as cheesy as it sounds, when one door closes, another door opens. Sometimes we can be really heart set on something that we feel like is meant for us and that is ours, and it isn't. And that is difficult, but I think the sooner we can kind of get on board with that, get on board with the notion that, oh, that actually wasn't mine, that wasn't for me, and there's something else waiting for me, the less we suffer, right? We kind of have like a choice in it. So whether it's a relationship or a job or a role or whatever it is, a home, promotion, anything, I think those principles can all apply to help us get through, work through those feelings of rejection. I was on a plane once, and I've shared this story before. I was on a plane coming back from a graduate school interview, I believe, and the flight attendant said to another passenger, "Rejection is God's gift." And I absolutely loved that. I've always remembered it. It's helped me through a lot of things. And I think it's so true. Something that we perceive as, again, a closed door and a death, the end of something, can actually be the beginning of something much greater that is meant for us. Sorry, my makeup drawer is an absolute mess. My concealer, for some reason, leaks all over everything. This Charlotte Tilbury concealer, that's my second tube of it, and I don't remember having that issue before, but it leaks all over everything, and I really need to like take some time to clean things up here, but I don't know that that is on the agenda for today. I am going to quickly finish up my makeup. I just need to put on a little bit of mascara and my lips, and then I think I'm just gonna quickly take my curling iron through some of my hair just to kind of like tie it together. All right, I had time to take my nail polish off. I have about 20 minutes until the meeting, but I might take Franny outside to sniff for a moment before launching into it, and then we'll see what I get done from there. I'd like to make a little bit more progress on work for the day, and then maybe do some house tasks. The house is kind of a mess right now. Like I mentioned, it's been a hard time lately, and the house is just kind of showing it. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I appreciate you sticking with me. I know I didn't share a vlog last week, and I just want to say thank you for your patience and for having grace with me as I'm trying to have grace with myself, and I hope that you are able to do the same in this season, whatever it is for you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.